Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I feel like doing these daily vlogs are I feel like Will Smith in what was that movie, I Am Legend, where he got up every morning. He got up every morning and just to check in with the rest of the world. Not only that movie, Will Smith played in a lot of good movies, but my favorite one that really have given me a lot of strength and I've carried that for years was In the Pursuit of Happiness. That's how I feel with every obstacle that comes my way when it comes down to me raising my son. I've had a lot of obstacles in my way. Um, even when it comes down to people who always tried to make me feel like my son wasn't biologically mine. I had no control over that. Even if he is not biologically mine, I've been raising him. Um, even my son said none of that matters to him. He said he wouldn't even want to get to know another family because I am all he knows. Uh, we've tried to do multiple DNA tests, and the state has denied it. I'm not worried about it. I was just worried about it, of course, if they're in the longer way down the road somewhere, if it was a health condition or something came up, and if I wasn't a match, we could already have something in place for another alternative route to take for medical procedures. But they told me, I signed the birth certificate. I own, okay, that's fine. But I'm still, I would like to know. Went to the doctor one time and they told me it would cost too much to have that done. I'm like, what? Okay, but y'all cover everything else. They did blood work, lab work for everything else. But none of that matters. I just want my son to know I've tried everything to be there for him. Family has come in and they would do things around us to make it look like I had to lean and depend on them, but they stole everything from me. They stole a lot of things, money, resources, to make it look like I had to lean and depend on them. No one was there when I was paying for daycare. No one. I'm the only one who has spent 200. I've spent over $220,000. I did that before he was 18 years old. Then after my mother passed away, there was an insurance policy, the $300,000 that people made it seem like I wasn't entitled to, that my mother gave me the paperwork for. They stole that. They stole those insurance policies back from. They stole those from me and gave them back to my father. They cars I had. They stole cars and they had people in DMV to make it look like I never even owned those vehicles. They were doing all kinds of mistakes. They did a lot of devious things to cause me trauma. I was dealing with grief after my fiance passed away. Grief, you have to deal with grief, postpartum depression because she had just gave birth to a child, and PTSD at the same time. Then my mother was diagnosed, but I shine every day. Every day I get up and I wake up with a smile on my face, and God has given me the strength to continue to carry on. Even when it comes down to this house here, my fiance, this house was actually her stepfather and mother co-signed for her to get into this house. I gave her the $2,500. This house was it was last house in the family's loom from another family. Her stepfather and my fiance, her stepfather, her mother co-signed for her to get into this house. I gave her the $2,500 closing cost. They didn't, because I said this house was on like $23,000. It was in bad. It was in shape, and it was just in rough shape. It needed it. Came here and started remodeling. I put the air conditioning heating here. We set my son's nursery room up, which is that back room you can't see because my uncle moved all his junk in here, and you can't see, but his original hardwood floors in there. I have to go above and beyond every time I leave the house to lock up my room, to protect things I have in it. People will come in and vandalize clothing that I purchased for my son. They'll try to clog up the water, the toilet, leave water running. My father, they're acting like they have dementia. They're working with other families against me to try to come between me and my son again, because they don't have any power at all. So when they lose power or control, they try to come in and create chaos in my life. So I have to get up today. Me and my son, we've been adjusting our sleep pattern. Because him being out of school for the last 2 weeks, our sleep pattern, we were staying up to 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And with that, I told him each night we had been scaling back about 2 hours each night. So instead of staying up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, we might go to bed instead of 4, we might go to bed at 2. Then we might go to sleep at 12, and then we might go to sleep at 11 each night to get our sleep pattern back before he goes back to school. It's crazy how when people come in, when they can't control or you do something against that's traditional, the way the family used to operate, it bothers them. My family stole everything from me to make it look like I had to lean and depend on them. But they tried to steal everything from me to make me have to rely on them. What? Yes, that's crazy, man. I could leave the house with my uncle. Somebody come in the house. My daddy does a lot of stuff in the yard to make the property value look bad. He'll come in here to try to make it like when I leave, they'll throw toilet paper, all kinds of stuff all over the floor and leave the water running. My uncle walk through the house and leave his phone on. He record things. But these are things that they record when me and my son are not in the house. Come to the house when me and my son are at the house. If you want to receipt anything, don't go behind my back and do devious things or malice and manipulative things to make me look bad. That's all I ask my family to stop doing, yo. Because I want my son to know, hey, the only person you really need to rely on in life is God. God. G-O-D. That's all you need. Jesus, the presence of the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? And now, once you have Christ within you, you don't need nobody else, man. Especially not in the what? They gonna steal from you, try to steal from you anyway? No. You rely on Jesus Christ. That's all I want I'm teaching him that. And I'm teaching it the way it needs to be taught, because a lot of your Christians are lost. Some of them are. Because way a long time ago, you didn't have that many churches floating around like you do today. A lot of your real true Christians praise and worship in their home. That's where the presence of the Holy Spirit flourished and dwelled in and showed its presence the most, was inside their home. Because a lot of people go to church on Sunday and they still go back home to a house that's full of wickedness, because the presence of the Holy Spirit does not dwell there with them. That's why it's important for you to do more praise and worship at home in your house. But you're real true Christians, that they need church on Sundays. They need the presence of the Holy Spirit to be with them every day. Take that with them every day. Because people are faced with storms and obstacles every day. Not just Sunday. Not just Sunday. If you can't, that's why it says in the book The doors of the church are always open, but no one's really seeking them for himself. They're just relying on the message that the presence of the Holy Spirit may told another individual to write, or that person may not be holy at all. They just writing sermons to entertain y'all. You have to put the work in yourself. Without these trials and tribulations that I've been through, yes, they broke me, but it put a fire up under me. It put a fire up under me and got me. It motivated me to even strengthen my life with Christ through prayer, because through it all, I had no one else. In those dark moments, I was alone. I was praying. When family members kept stealing from me, I had to look at them. I was praying. Lord, help me to keep it together so I don't lose it, so I don't go off. When people keep trying to come between me and my son, I pray. My father, he made a negative comment yesterday morning. He thought, me and my son, sometimes we ride the bikes from school in the afternoon. That is exercise. Even the doctor told me that was good that we did that. Schools have bike ramps outside for a reason. I'm with him. Research has showed that children who either walk or they mostly ride the bike in Raleigh. Those children, some of those children over there in North Raleigh, North Briar Creek area, they're riding bicycles to school. The teacher said they have seen that the children who come to school like that have been more active and productive in the classroom. Why is that? Because it's like an exercise. So some of those children that they walk or they ride their bike, it's an exercise like a warm up. They're motivated, they're active when they get to school. They already woke up. Some of those children that ride the bus long, but they still tired because they stay up all night and don't got a bus ride. They gonna make it there. We ride. Sometimes I put the bike on the back of the truck and we go to the school. And I put the chain, and I ride in the afternoon. I ride my bike up there and we ride. It's 10 minutes. We make it home faster than we make it home faster than a lot of the people that are in the carpool line. So when my son get out of school, we get on our bike. We stop at the stores on the way home, and we are home in 10 minutes. You can't beat that. When people have to sit in that carpool line for 2 hours almost, if not, waiting for the school bell to ring and make sure they're in a good spot. Come on, man. I'm tired of people trying to tear me down, man. That's why I say it's encouraging to find a way to uplift people. And people are always trying to come between me and my son. They don't know what I've been through. And people lying on my name. And when I'm not at my house, when me and my son are gone, people are coming in because my uncle letting certain people in the house to destroy the house or to make it look bad on the inside. I clean this house. I clean the areas that me and my son use. Our room is clean. Bathroom, the hallway, the living room. My dad sleeps in the living room. Everyone goes in the kitchen. I clean the kitchen. They go in the kitchen when I'm not there and they sit there and they make a mess. I clean it up. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And when I say that, it bothers it tears them up on the inside. And they go around and they stomp on the floor and they make a mess. They don't want people to know that I am who I say I am. I am a child of God. I am not out here faking it. I don't chase a bunch of women because I don't need a bunch of extra attention and I don't need any distractions. Jesus was alone. Yes, he honored marriage, but the ways of the world today, a lot of your people, they get married for the wrong reasons. A lot of people are not equally yoked in the spiritual realm. People see a comfortable lifestyle in another individual, and that's all they go off of. But what about when the storm comes in and that person cannot provide for them anymore? They're quick to go divorce. That's what people are doing. They're not standing in the rain with one another. They're not. Their flesh is weak. A lot of them, their flesh is weak. I'm not gonna hold y'all up, man. I got some paperwork I gotta do. I encourage you, get into your word. Feed your spirit, man, just as much as feed your natural. Y'all be blessed, be encouraged.